Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. It is happy because the work part of it is done, right? Well, it's not. Now we get to craft, which is good. And then it's statistics tonight. Now, I know I'm on early. Um, Mondays is always the day right now that you will find me on early just so that I can be around to do some note taking for statistics. You're like, what? I do. I know. But that's all. I'm hoping you are all well. Looks like nobody is on it. Oh, 7 of you. Boom, bam. Hi, Sally. How are ya? So I have to do a sketch challenge for tomorrow. Me too. I know I'm super early tonight. Um, as I said, Mondays, I will always be on around this time because Joe has a statistics class at 6 that I do note taking for. I know. I'm that mom. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is I have a wild wheat card base, okay? 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have got our timeless, your emotional support Canadian. I love you, Laura. Um, timeless plaid. I couldn't English. Timeless plaid DSP. I'm gonna take it to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Um, I'm in love with this DSP. I don't know what it is about it. It just I like it makes it's just a happy place DSP. Warm colors. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. So I have a sketch challenge that I have to have done for tomorrow. So we're gonna guinea pig it together and we're gonna come up with my card. Okay. But I kind of have a bit of a plan. Does that make sense? I mean, I have a plan because there's a sketch. I think that's what helped me. Okay, did I cut this? I should have checked it. Don't ever put your adhesive on before you check. So normally I would have checked it before I went and stuck adhesive on it, but luckily we were okay. Hi, Alexina. Next, I am going to grab my basic beige. How much do I have? Oh, I have some. Okay. And I'm thinking I'm going to take it across the front, that 5 3/8. So let's go. Maybe I'll go like 2 1/4 by 5 3/8. Ooh, that was so close. There was like almost not enough paper there. And I think that's a bit wider than I'm wanting it. -21. Good Lord. You need the Canadian weather. Yeah. Well, it got cold here today. And when I say cold, it's nowhere near like Ontario cold. I talked to my aunt and it was -38 when I talked to her this morning. So it was -2 here. But -2 here, as people always say when they come here, they're like, -2 here feels really cold because damn where I am. And so you get that kind of weird chill. Sorry, I just something. Nope, too easy. Okay, now next, I need to put this. I want it to have a layer behind me, and I'm trying to decide. Just a sec. Do we want it to have a calypso? Nope, don't like that. I don't want it to have a calypso. You don't get to vote. Sorry, that was rude of me, wasn't it? I was like, no, I'm gonna go to more wild wheat, people. So just a second. So my basic beige is 2 by 5 3/8. So I'm gonna go 2 1/8 by 5 3/8. Ta-da! Just to give myself a mat for that. Okay, we're gonna come across like this. Ooh, 10 degrees there today. Ooh, you are balmy. What's that? Now, I wonder if I can show you the sketch. Do I have it open somewhere? Go to downloads. Let's open the sketch. Whoops, okay, it's not very big. Just a second. Let me come back to you guys. Present, share screen, whoops, allow, window. Sorry, I'm just trying to, there, share. Okay, so now you can see this is what the sketch needs to look like. Okay, so kind of here, but I think I'm going to turn it sideways and not have it go up and down potentially. Okay, does that make sense? We're going to remove that. There we go. And then I have to go back to the right view. Look at me all techie bouncing around. Proud of myself. Feels like 24. Give me 90 to 100 every day. Oh. Okay, now let's get out. This is I'm going to use the Storybook Garden Patch. Why? Because it's so ridiculously cute that I could cry. Okay, now I don't think I'm a little bit challenged here on what I'm using. Sorry. Wish I were to use this is a card base, I know, but I don't want to cut into a new piece, so I'm just going to use it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give myself a watering can, and I'm going to give myself some clay pots, and or I could just do veggies, and then maybe I'll do one. I could do like strawberry. No, whatever. It's okay. Clay pots that I'm just trying to pick who I want as my vegetable. Maybe a basket. Tisket a tasket. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself like an idiot. We'll see. I'll get there. We'll get there in a minute. Okay? Don't mind me. Okay, let's get some blocks. Boop. I have so many paper pumpkin blocks in the drawer now that it actually makes it a little bit easier when you're trying to stamp with 900 different things all going on. Cut. Tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Now, you can also use die cuts for these. Yes, I flew home today because if I'm going to fit in alive, this is the only time I'm going to do it. Because after I've sat through the 3-hour statistics course, there's not much steam left in the tanks. Sorry, and I'm a low there. Okay. That's beautiful. You see them? Okay, now I did not take out a clean chamois. I will get one after the fact. Let me just, I think for the sake of this, maybe I'll take a radish. Is that a radish? What is it? Sure, we'll go with you. I'm going to do him. We're all good. Tap, 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 tap. Stamp. There, beautiful. We did it. Dirty stamps. I was so paranoid today. We were doing some work with pastels. My son hated statistics. Isn't it so funny? I think because I'm a math geek, I loved statistics. It was my favorite course in university. And yet, like economics, because it wasn't all like math, I hated it. Finance, loved it. Just weird, you kind of get your things that you really like. And I was not, yeah. Statistics I did like. And Joe, I will say, has a math brains, which is good. It's very helpful right now. Okay, so I am using my copper clay blends. I don't know why I stopped talking there. My copper clay, can't talk. Okay, I'm just going to go around. I'm going to start at the far side and kind of work towards myself. We'll get lighter as we come across. Does that make sense? Okay, see, Heidi, I'm get this, psych major with a minor in English, but we had to take stats, right? As part of psychology, or I did. And I think that was where I was like, oh, I wish I'd known about this because I didn't take that requirement until 4th year. Hi, Jacqueline. And I was like, I love this course. And it was so much fun. Psych 100, see, it's funny. I don't know how I ever actually ended up in psych because Psych 100 almost killed me. It was too general, kind of too broad. Once I got into the psych courses that were kind of more specific areas, I was like, oh, I like this. And I enjoyed those. Yeah, it's interesting how we kind of float through and try things. And sometimes a course that's like a prerequisite for a program is where you end up trying it. You don't have a math brain. Sometimes I feel like we all do. We just have to have it taught to us right. Because I have so many kids, they're like, oh, I can't do math. I'm like, okay, just don't give up yet. Let me just kind of try with you. And then all of a sudden you can get them to love math, but you just have to speak their math language. There's languages, right? And they don't all speak the same one when it comes to math. Okay, so I'm going ahead I'm filling this in now, just with my light copper clay. Now I'm a bit sad because we're going to lose copper clay, and we need a replacement for a color like this, like a nice rusty. And pecan pie's got more of a brown tone to it, and we don't have Cajun Craze blends. Okay, there. Look at those pots. They look good. Hello, John. Hi, Cher. Okay. Teapot. I'm a little teapot. Anyone else? No, just me? Good. Okay. This one is going to get a Calypso Coral teapot. Do you like how I opened it way over there? I was super scared. I have a couple that are like leaking. Or not leaking, but you know how they shoot the rubbing alcohol? And I'm like, no, not right now. Yeah, we do. Oh, right there, Teresa. You're like, we do have Cajun curries. And then I looked up, I'm like, oh yeah, I do. I'm an idiot. I don't think I should take it. Then I quit college and struggled to breastfeed and take classes. Yeah, that's tough. Breastfeeding and taking classes, not good. It is a little tough. And back in the day too, it was like you hid to do that stuff. Okay, so this is really interesting. Calypso coral does not look super pink when you put it on a basic beige cardstock. It almost gives the illusion like a lighter rust color. So this is quite pretty. Now my light Calypso coral, on the other hand, it's got more of a pinky tone. Right? Sorry, I can't talk and color at the same time. Apparently it is outside of my realm of capability. Talking and coloring. There we go. Watering can or teapot. Did I call it teapot? Can you tell that it's been Monday? Oh, it is a watering can. It is not a teapot. Oh yeah, I did because I started singing I'm a little teapot. I'm an idiot. Wanted to be a master baker in high school, worked in a bakery, and every day I tell teachers they can't do math, especially fractions. Yeah, you did. You were already doing it. Bakers are like fraction masters. I have to say too, stamping, oddly enough, helps your math skills. You're like, what? Because you guys do not even tell me as we're calculating our maths and our whatever, we're doing a lot. Yeah. Okay, how's that? Looks a little bit, still not quite dark enough there. Let me see what the other end's like. Sometimes do you ever notice that you've got just enough there? Okay, that's perfect. We'll get that. Do a little bit more in here. Ta-da. There. Okay, next. You just have to take it easy. Cooking math and crafting. Well, those are real math. You're not mathing it. You're mathing it. You're not mathing it. You're mathing it. I don't even know what I just said. Don't try and repeat that to yourself because you're going to be like, what? Say what? Yeah, I agree. Say what? Okay, so here, I don't want to use there. I just realized I don't want to use my dark mossy meadow. It's pretty dark. So I'm going to go into my light. I'm going to keep my tongue. I do apologize. I'm sure my tongue sticks out when I color, like a dog panting. Yeah. Okay. Sean just informed me when I got home that he took an overtime shift for tonight, so he is out the door. You passed algebra because your boyfriend's uncle is your teacher? Nice. Hi, Chris. How are you? There we go. Hey, it's always good to have a it's who you know, right? There. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. Put you two away. Radish, I'm going to go to cherry cobbler. We're going to see how we do. Oh, my ears are ringing. What does it mean when your ears ring? Okay. But if you put card math in a book, I can't do it. I know, but you can do it on paper. So you can. You can math. I know you can. I've seen you math. Should have seen me this morning getting ready for school. I literally realized on Monday mornings I'm now doing positive self-talk. You can do this. You've got it. Grandson faces me to talk while he plays games. Then he uses his tongue to think. They're so cute. Okay, we've done those. Love them. Now, let's find our dies. We have some fabulous dies for this. So I want to just kind of show you. I'm going to cut out the watering can, not a teapot, although I did call it a teapot a few minutes ago. Okay, but you could also cut one out in a plain color, and then you can cut out this as an overlay, and it looks spectacular too. So another kind of way you can do it. You can do the same thing with the pots. You cannot do the same thing with the radish. The radish, you're committed, okay? So let me take these. I'm going to use my tape over on my cutting emboss machine to do my taping, because I don't want to mess these up, because we've gone ahead and we have colored them all in advance. Yeah, they do look really pretty on basic beige, don't they? Yeah, the one thing I would say, Priscilla, if you are using your blends on basic beige, I would recommend going lighter rather than heavier, because it can bleed. I find a little bit more on a basic beige than it would on a basic white. I hope that makes sense. Okay, am I kind of on? Hmm. There we go. Okay, stick you two down. All right. I use a low tack tape. I have very jiggly hands. I find it really frustrating. I'll put in all this time into coloring, and then my jiggly hands knock the whole thing off course right as I die cut, and I get very frustrated. So, to avoid screaming profanities while on live video with you, it is in everyone's best interest. I might not be able to do this one at the same time, that I tape these down, okay? I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. There. Okay, let's go see if we can do this. Bleeding. Yes, the bleeding tip is good to know. Definitely. Don't bleed. Less than ideal. Okay, in. Yabba dabba do. Please, please, please. Nobody jiggle. All right, let's pop it. See what we got, people. The low tack tape. I know it is the best hack, especially for peeps like me. And I tend to leave that low tack tape on the dies now. And then the next time I use it, I just reuse it, right? Like it's not a big deal. Okay, so where's the card open? You have to make sure that when you do this, the card is opening in the correct orientation. And now we're supposed to have 3. See, like, and I totally want to do like 1. And then I want to do, see, I feel like we have to space them out, but okay, 1. You. Now I'm talking to it. Don't mind me. You're going to go over there. And then you can come in here, but you're going to go on an angle. Super cute. You're going to get pulled back in a bit closer. You're going to get pulled in a bit closer. Liking it. I'm going to spot that background up. I reuse, but stick on the upper plate. Heidi, that's a good idea. Love it. Okay. There, there, and there. Okay, and get rid of this. Now, I'm going to grab my thing. You're like, you're what? My thing. Okay, now I just have to decide what color I'm going to in. We could wild weed it. I could no, this is pumpkin pie. Crumb cake. I'm so sorry that my Englishing isn't better at the end of the day. If you have no idea what I'm using, it is Color Spritzer, Stampin' Up! Used to carry it. Whoops, you have to hold it the right way. Mine's upside down currently. Probably blowing at my face. I probably just spritzed my face. Just giving this a little bit of a mottled background, not quite so clean looking. Got to have a little dirt if we're working in the garden. Oh, we were just saying the low tack tape when you're die cutting, Jen. Because I've already what was it called? The plate that I bought, it's already too warped to use. So definitely had the same issues that the Stampin' Up! One did. You just tap your marker. I know. I'm just not good with the marker tap. It had the same issues that the Stampin' Up! One did. It warped, it kind of separated. I was like, okay, well, that's no better. So that didn't solve my problem. Anyway, I've given up on it. So now, and it's also probably the number of dies I'm cutting is my issue. Hello from Southwest Michigan. Okay, so let's mat our measurements for these were all at the beginning of the video. If you're joining us late. There. Okay. You can still buy them at the M store. The color spritzers, you can. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about that. Because a color spritzer is a good thing to have as a tool. I would never. Weren't they made for like, I can't remember the name of the company. Wonder if you got a dud. Really? Heidi, is that the Magic Mat one? Because mine just seriously didn't even make it a month. I was so frustrated. I was like, it's because they're not cheap. Yeah. Put that on there. Another day off school, the M store. She's the Michaels. She's saying Michael. She's just being cheeky because she doesn't want to say it. She knows I'm a Stampin' Up! Demo, so she's trying to be sweet. Jen's always sweet. And it's still good. Yeah, mine didn't last. My Stampin' Up! One also didn't last. It kind of broke my heart because I loved it. Okay. Doot doot. Doot 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 doot. Ba-da ba-da. Okay, there. You can come in the middle. You're gonna tip that away. Then you're kind of a little bit hooped because you're bigger than everybody else. That's just gonna have a rough time. Oh well, he's gonna have to roll with it. Sean took Joe out driving today, so mom was not on driving duty. There, is that? This is gonna have to come over a little bit. Even though it won't be centered, it is gonna have to come over because it'll make me crazy. There we go. Yes, and I put it on my magnetic platform and it holds the die, so I didn't have to buy the magnetic one. Oh, wait a minute. You put your magic mat on the magnetic platform. I think I'm understanding you. I think I might try that. I think that actually sounds quite brilliant. There's Heidi at it again. Okay, now one thing, as I told you, I do have is occasionally this stamp set does not come with sentiments. So you can go ahead and pick any sentiment you have. I do have always a little selection of sentiments kind of ready to go that I have from something else. So I'm going to put a bow on this with is it gone yet? This is our wild wheat ribbon, and I loved it. Oh, actually, this is going to go on this side. Uh, Probably like the easiest ribbon, just making sure it's not flipped inside, easiest ribbon to tie. Like it's just so pliable. Oops, sorry, my fat old fingers are not going to get this bow. It didn't last a month either. Yeah. I know. I was so sad because I was like, oh, we got it. This one works. But it was literally, it even felt like the same material as the Stampin' Up! One. And then it bubbled the same kind of way as my Stampin' Up! One did, where it started separating almost like in a bubble. But my magic mats are fine. I use the regular mat on top of my magnetic platform. That is okay. That is exactly what I'm going to do, Heidi. You got me, girl. Ribbons and clearance. Okay, you guys, if you want a little bit of wild wheat ribbon, this is one you want to hit up. It's in the clearance rack. It's got like basic beige kind of, or it doesn't really look white. It's very basic beigey in it. It's a really sweet ribbon. And as I said, it ties really well. Okay, so there. Now, look at me and my little weird. I think I might do. Got some black ones. Hello, friend. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Okay. Hello, friend. I like that. I could do a happy birthday. Although I don't know how many people I would send a happy birthday. Well, it's kind of cute. Maybe I'll put it up high. Ooh, I like it there better, I think. There. Not going to use any of those. So we could do a happy birthday, hello, friend. I'm not going to do a thinking of you. I don't want to make it a sad card. Well, I guess I could. That actually is kind of cute on there. Thinking of you. I want a black sentiment, just to note. Okay. So what else have I got in black? Sending hugs. Okay, so we're going to go down to those and then you guys can pick. Ooh, hello. Hello. What are you? Thank you. Okay, just a second. Let me put my mess away. I keep little ones of these around for when I'm in need of a quick sentiment. Okay, so you have to decide. Do we want, I think that's actually quite cute up there. I will pop it up though. Okay, so we can do just a note. We could do sending hugs. We can do thinking of you. Thinking of you and how well your garden grows. Doesn't have to be sad. Totally. Okay. And now, can you tell me orientation? Do we want it low? Thinking of you. Okay, we're going thinking of you. Perfect. So, do we want it low or do we want it high? I feel like low balance is a bit better, but I just don't know. You loved hello, friend. Okay. Thinking of you, upper right. Low, low. Okay, hang on. So, got two low and a high. And then another low. I'm just trying to get the, and then another high. Michelle's high. Michelle, you're not actually high. Don't worry. Kimberly's high. Debbie's low. High. Okay, we ended up high. Okay. So we ended up high. And then we just have to decide, do you want banner or shape? Next, banner or shape, people? High one. We're already there. But you got to decide banner or shape. I'm actually going to try something while you're doing that. Banner or shape, banner or shape. Shape, okay. Okay, I've got shape, Michelle, banner, shape. Oh, I'm going to have to do this. Just a second. Only reason I'm doing this is because we're going high. I'm going to move this down a hair, okay? Peel. Do you like that? I just was like, okay. I just prayed to the banana gods. There. Like what? The peel banana. Okay. So now we're down to this. Okay, we've got that. Just so I've got shape, 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 banner, shape, banner, shape. Okay, shape one. Are we going high? Yeah, we were going high. High with the shape. This is just not straight yet, so give it 1 second. You actually have to get the paper straight for it to work. Okay, so we went shape and high. There we go. I think we did it. There was a lot of counting. I had to math. Don't make me math. Just kidding. I like mathing. We lost the banner. I'm sorry, banner people. I have to be democratic on these. Right there. You guys, it is a really sweet card. Loving this. Okay, so if you missed this, I know, look at us go. We are so SMRT. If you missed this, I've got a class coming up using the garden patch, the Storybook garden patch stamp set and dies. We've already done a class using the Storybook Friends, or it's coming up. Actually, it's not already done. We were cutting for it. It's coming up. Says the girl who tells us we can all math. I know, and I can't math. But this turned out really beautiful. You're going to love this one. You're going to love the stamps. You're going to love the dies. We can do them without coloring if you don't feel like coloring. We've got all kinds of options. So I think that this is a really sweet one. I do love how it turned out. The one thing I do know is I would like to put on the inside, just going to add, I don't like writing on wild wheat. I know, and it wasn't a complicated card, and we kept with a sketch, which is what I was hoping to do. I needed my little sketch done and ready for tomorrow. And we did it. Okay, so I've got my basic beige coordinating on the inside. Oh, except somehow I've got a goober on that. I'll stamp something over it. 2 + 2 is totally fine. Or I'll talk to the kids. I'm like, okay, we're going to need 5 things. And the kid's like, Mrs. McKay, you're holding up 4 fingers. I'm like, yeah, I know. Whatever. Just ignore me. Just pay attention to what I say. Anyway, so there you go. Super sweet. I hope that you all have an absolutely amazing evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Good night.